the face studying the steam vent. We have to get them out right now.
This is a test to see if the mute on the voice just worked or not. If you can hear me, then it's not working.
Frank is up by the dome setting up the test machine. We've got to get him. Can you make it beside the eruption?
Guess it's not, so I might as well say hello. That little river there is just due to blue sky sceneries not placing the scenery right up next to each other. So it appears FSX has interpreted that as a small little canal.
Thank God you made it. We have to move fast.
And I'd like to thank the county of Aquitaine, or wherever that is, for loaning us their helicopter. Ours is down. Here in the state of Washington. Let's taking a look at how much more detail we get from the new FreeMeshX 1 meter mesh from in USA underneath the 1 meter photo reel from Blue Sky Scenery. I have removed all of the meshes that came with Blue Sky Scenery because they are not as good, even though they're supposed to be 1 meter too, I believe. I don't think they actually cover everywhere with their mesh. I think their meshes are only corrections in certain areas around some airports. So it is very obvious to me if you look at this video compared to I believe this is like the third one that turns out to be or some rescue mission here on Mt St Helens. So some of the real early ones, you can see the same area and it's not quite as detailed, and how much of a difference it really makes to have a good mesh underneath your scenery. trying to get to learn to use that angle to land, but it wasn't quite there yet. So in order to keep from crashing, you gotta.
Thanks for the help. Now, get the chopper out here and we'll go in the black box after we get our records.
Get out of here, you guys. We'll have some coffee. I wasn't going to talk in this video, but I have to test. I have to test this new setup for in the future if we do have any. Ever get back going with these videos and get some people here. Want to make sure that I'm getting this voice thing straightened out. Pretty confident you should be able to hear me pretty well. At this point, if I can keep it going, we'll see. Apologize on a lot of my videos where my voice just isn't loud enough, so I've decided to either I get it fixed or just shut up, or do it anyway. Shut up anyway, and just let people enjoy the flights in silence. With just the sim sounds and not my ugly voice. That would be Mount Adams in the distance to the east. A little blurry still close up because again I'm doing this on a very old machine. What I'm going to do here is fly over the actual real closest viewpoint you can get on the east side of Mt St Helens, where you can drive up the back road and come to this little spot up here we're just about to get to. If you don't go the main, if you go the main way off the I-5, you get to that visitor center that we just dropped those guys off on. But if you go the back way, which is going around the east side of the mountain, you can get to this, look at that detail. Wow. Not too bad. You can get to this guy right up here. Where is he? Where is it? Right down there on the left, or well, kind of center now, the left of the chopper. You can see the road. Oh, pop, see that road? Coming right up there to that little patch that you can see. Now, if you have a big screen, you can see those dots down there. We're going to get a little closer. Are automobiles. They're not trees. And that is the very last spot that you can drive to get as close as you can to the volcano. Right there. And then you can see a little road that goes up off of that hill. I've actually walked up that hill. Right there. So those are a few cars up there. You can't go further on. It's blocked off. So that's kind of what you can see from your car right there. That is Mount Rainier on that side. It's farther north. And that is that's Adams again. Again, the blur is only because I'm on this older machine and I'm very close to the ground, so. And that is Mount Hood off in the distance. All that white stuff you see on that lake there is all old deteriorating lumber that was all thrown back in there when the disaster happened in 1981, I believe it was, when it volcano exploded. I hope my voice is working correctly. Sorry to be interrupting, but I do need to test this. That this is kind of really one of the best ones as far as the cool graphics there on the simulated volcano. We're going to come around this side to see some of the lakes on the way down, lakes and dams. And there's also on the road that we come up on, there's this, when we actually drive up here through, there's a mountain that's like a cone. It just looks like a big cone, you know, and it's like, surprise, it's really there, even in the simulator. So I just take a short detour and fly around it here in a little bit. This is not going to be a long video. It shouldn't be, but about 45 minutes. I'll be cutting off the first few minutes of wait time in the edit. And there's some AI aircraft up there. And anybody who has FSX, really, I want to plug, it's in the description, I want to plug the AutoStar X add-on. It's free out there. You can find it, you can search it from one of those, it's on one of the usual, you know, add-on sites. It's really makes the night sky really beautiful with more stars. It has a couple of glitches, but and it has this thing about the Milky Way that's basically a texture for the sky, and I get rid of that. I just get rid of that because it didn't look very real. But the rest of the stars that it adds to the standard system just makes the sim much more realistic in the stars level. Becomes the stars in the night sky. Look at all those flows, lava flows. You can't really see this side too much from the road when you're driving because it's all blocked by trees. There are spots though, obviously, lookout spots on certain highways. And here we have the dams between the Swift Lake and Yale Lake, and Lake Merwin's coming up. Some glitches there. I'm like, what? You know, those dams and stuff, that did not, it looks really good on this mesh. Did not come out as well on the old mesh. You can really make out the depth much more than previously. I'm looking forward to some more flights with this higher definition mesh. It must be tough to wake up in the morning. You live right in one of those houses over there. Not envious or anything like that. I'm tell you, I'm going to be doing some videos in Italy where the both the scenery and mesh are even better, or the scenery is just really good in comparison, and it's not blue sky scenery, but it's better quality than this. But still, this is what makes it all worth it for me, because you know, it'd be really boring if it was just a default. If I had just defaulted down this, it would be, you know, it's more, it really should be more about flying and not scenery, but you know, why not have both? It's really great.
Contact Seattle Center on 124.2. 124.2, H5 Echo Kilo.
There's a little dome mountain. We're just going to go pop around that and then come back and finish this off. Because we believe that's Merwin there. Probably like Merwin, I think. That is a private lake. You cannot, people get memberships and can rent. If you're a member, you get to share little trailer cabins and stuff down there. I was once there with a friend, and we had some fishing poles stuck in the sand out in the lake, and a bunch of deer just come right up and start hanging out. It's like, hey, leave our fishing poles alone. See right here, there's the cone, and you can see the road that we drive on. That goes right up here, right up around the front, and turns around, yeah, the front of it. Never get to see the backside of it when we're driving, so I'm going to go around it and come back and go to our destination. Just around the corner. And for anyone who gets this mission, you can get it at flyawaysimulation.com. And if you do get it, I'll warn you right up front, this landing, you make sure you're very, very low and ready to hit the ground a little hard because they're going to cut the engines on us. We are supposedly got a lot of ash in our engine now. We haven't come up here actually in years. I need to do that. They used to drive up this road that we, just talking about, a lot like I would try in March or in April, and you get up to a certain point. There's another dam, as you can see, pretty good 3D there. Anyway, you get up so far and then you just can't go any farther because it's all snow. You cannot get up this road in the winter. You go up so far and then you're done. Turn around. Then I thought, oh, it's May. Should be able to get there. Got a little farther, but still could not get all the way up to that road. Or up to that visitor spot that I showed earlier. So there's some tips for you guys. Anybody who hasn't been here and is thinking of coming up to see Mt St Helens, you can come up this back way if it's late enough in the season. If you're good into June, it should be okay. I think I even got caught once though in early June where there was one spot left you just couldn't cross. But it is a really beautiful drive. Okay, I think I've gone a little too far here.
Contact Seattle Center on 124.2. Going to 124.2. Cherokee 2, November Delta.
Yeah, I had to check. And go, whoops. It's just 2 miles over there. Yeah, it just flew over it practically, so there we go. Just checking. Again, we're going to get blurries because I have to get low, or we will fail the mission. If they're going to crash us, because as soon as we get over this point, the engines are going to die. And this is a very old mission, so, and the guy made it with just a default Microsoft Sam voice, so yeah, it's not very slick, but satellite. So if you get it, you gotta come in here with at least a decent amount of speed.
Looks like the volcanic gas tank destroyed this engine. Good thing it happened so close to the ground, eh?
But not quite that much, because it looks like I almost nosedived this, but made it. So we're gonna try to shut everything off. Might as well. This thing's got to go in the shop. Finding out which switches actually work and which ones don't. The doors work, except for from the inside. Notice that the left one is not open when from the inside view. The wonderful inconsistencies of flight simulator. It's not a perfect science. I got myself got 2 rewards out of this. Summons and hot rescue. I should show off the rest of my rewards, but I'm not. Didn't.